panel of relationship experts that work on Lifetime's Married at First Sight. Have you guys ever seen this show?
I haven't seen it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
The premise is crazy.
Yeah,
I mean,
the idea is insane.
to get married on first sight, seeing somebody and then go through with that is a whole other story. But they recently shared how they select couples that meet at the altar and the red flags that you need to watch out for before you get married. So let's take a look at some of those right here. Not willing to be flexible is on the list. Not willing to say I'm sorry. I think that's huge.
Oh, no.
X still in the picture. I think that story writes itself. They've instigated their breakups. That's a curious one. And then finally, and there's many more on the list. These are 5 we chose to highlight. They put you on a pedestal and consider you perfect.
I mean, you could just take that last one off.
I was going to say, do you have some issue with
I'm okay
that?
with someone thinking I'm perfect up in here.
The problem is when you're not perfect and then they let you, you let that person down and then it's like extreme disappointment.
That's true.
This is a good list.
Yeah.
This is a good list. Things for people to consider.
Yeah,
One thing that my friend brought up to me recently was pink flags. Have you guys heard of these?
No,
like they're
what does
not
that
quite
mean?
red flags, but they're pink flags. Like they're things to kind of pay attention to or look out for. It's not for sure for concern. It could be nothing. But things like having no social media presence or like barely one at all. Like what are they erasing from their past? Or
How is that a
on the
pink
bright
flag?
side, maybe they're just not that into social media. Or things like taking a long time to text you back or having different texting styles. What's keeping them so busy? Or maybe
this
it's
person
okay.
who told you this is paranoid as hell.
You think?
Yeah, that's wild.
Don't you think there's things you should look
There
out for
are,
like
but
that? It might not lead to being a red flag, but it's on its way
there
there
are some.
potentially.
There are some, no question. But I just think social media not want to have a presence on it. I would think that'd be appealing maybe to some people because it's like, hey, this person doesn't need to have that spotlight. And I know we all use it for different reasons. That's not why we use it. It's part of our business and building our brand or however you want to term it.
Yeah.
But some people just don't like it because they prefer to move about their life without having to document. I think that's great.
I'm not going to call anyone out, but I know someone who was pretending to have another life.
Really?
Well, that's a red flag. That's not pink. That's blood
She
red.
did some digging on Facebook, yeah. She was like,
okay.
why are there only a few friends attached to this Facebook profile? And he had
I
family.
do get skeptical of the ones that have like, 3 followers or something like. Not that you
like
have
you
to.
just created this profile.
Not that you have to be active or get on it every day, but the people like that don't have a profile picture.
Yeah, that's sketchy.
Well, the one that stuck out to me that was on the list there was not being able to apologize, because I think that one can be a red
That's
flag.
huge.
That, as you take
That's
a look
huge.
back at the list, it's number 2 on the list, and these aren't in any specific order. But not when to say I'm sorry. How are you ever going to resolve any type of issue that you have? Resolution is huge because let's put it like
That's one
frankly,
of your strengths.
Nobody's perfect.
Jordan is really good at apologizing, you guys. Really, really good.
Thank you, because I'm really good at being wrong, everybody.
Yeah, he has a lot of practice at apologizing, which is why he's so good at it.
She's not lying. It's true. What do you guys, as you look at that list, what's the one that says to me, like, that's the ultimate red flag?
It's interesting to see that they instigated their breakups. Like they're the ones to blame for their breakups, or they're the ones who are
Read
always
between the
doing it
lines.
because you're like, wait, tell me more about this. What's gonna
what'd you
happen
do
in
in
our
your-
future? Because you
in
got
your
to look
last
at the
relationship?
past. You got to know that they've moved on from their past. But if it seems like there's a pattern there, that's something to look at.
Yeah,
you go.
I would say, what'd you do in your relationship? The flexible one stands out to me. I like I'm able to say I'm sorry. Being flexible, like when you're dealing with another person, human beings in general are just complicated.
Yeah.
Complicated individuals. It doesn't matter any person that you are partner with. It's going to be complicated. However, you find the complications that work with you. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Like you find the person that can be flexible, that can bend and shape and mold. Hopefully, you guys can grow together.
Nobody's
Absolutely.
perfect.
So speaking of red flags, everybody, there's a new reboot out, and speaking of bad television too, it's on USA Network. It's called Temptation Island. So this show is similar to Bachelor in Paradise, which is another one of those shows. You put pretty singles, some in relationships,
Oh, my
throw them on
goodness.
an island, you see what goes crazy. Well, couples that are in this particular show, Temptation Island, they're at crossroads in their relationship, and they find out if they're really meant to be together because they throw, naturally, temptation in. The catch is they are faced with 24 single attractive men and women that are going to challenge their relationship and the strength of it. So the premise creates for what everybody wants in reality TV, drama, but would you ever jeopardize your relationship, and do you think it can withstand a situation like this?
I mean, this is,
No.
I guess, the ultimate way to find out if your relationship is going to make it or not. Because
Yeah, if you make it through this, you're good.
I can't imagine taking a relationship that was truly precious to you, that you really felt like that person was the one, and putting them and putting your relationship out there on a show like this. It's
Looks
just,
like I lied to you by
it's
saying
insane.
attractive. By the way.
Oh,
I've only seen that part.
He's beautiful on the inside.
This is unbelievable. Like the fact that like I can't, my marriage means so much to me.
Sure.
Like the fact that I would ever jeopardize it. Like that's my #1 job, is to protect the relationship in our marriage and our union. Like it's absolutely ridiculous. I feel like the people going on this show already don't really care about their
They're
relationship.
probably looking to meet one of those 24 singles.
Exactly.
that are coming out
Who
of the
signs
island.
up for
I
something
could see
like
it
this?
like if you were worried about that person being faithful to you, and they were trying to prove to you that they were, like they were like, yeah, let's do this. Let's go on the ultimate test and prove it with all these beautiful people around us
Oh my
frolicking on an
gosh.
island on TV.
If you're worried about that,
I
you
wouldn't.
already have some other problems that need to be taken care of. Just let that go.
Yeah, well, I guess another side of the question, I think it's pretty clear none of us would do it. Would you watch the show, though? Would you be interested
No.
in? See, I
don't want to see couples break up or
Yeah,
get
good point.
challenged, or I want to see the faithful couples. Don't get me wrong, I love the drama that reality TV brings. This show, not quite my cup of tea.
Yeah,
about
there's
you,
something
Jordan?
about, when you see like, cheating and stuff like that happen on TV, it's not something you want to sit there and make appointment viewing with the person
Yeah.
you're in a relationship with. That's not exactly something you're eating popcorn like,
Right.
honey, isn't this great? It's uncomfortable. Nobody
No,
wants to
it's
see
like
that.
going to cause fights if you watch it with your significant
Yeah,
other.
probably.
So you're like, why do you think he did that? Why do you think she did that?
That's exactly what happens. Spot on. All right, well, let's talk about airports right now because they've been hit hard by the government shutdown that's currently going on, the longest in U.S. history. And employees have called out sick because, quite frankly, they're unwilling to put in time for no pay. It makes pretty good sense to me. Well, the ones that have showed up, they decided they're going to make the best of their situation here at New York's JFK Airport. They decided, hey, we're going to be here. We're going to do it on our terms. They're blasting uncensored rap songs like Sicko Mode by Travis Scott, Drake, some Beastie Boys, Kanye West. They're all in the rotation. So you're not hearing Michael Bolton as you're going through and the docile tones of some other of your favorite musicians like Frank Sinatra. This is great, I think. I
At
love
least
it.
they're having a little fun with it.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, at least while you're in that 2-hour check-in security
You listen to some
line,
music you want to
you
hear.
could get some good music at the very least. With the people calling off and not getting paid, which you can't necessarily be mad at.
crazy.
But if you're missing your flight, you are mad.
Yeah.
You are mad. This government shutdown, it's a problem. We're in day 27 now with no end in sight.
Well, that's
the
where the
president
change.
not budging.
I think that's where the change is ultimately going to happen when TSA doesn't decide that Sicko Mode
Yeah.
being played is enough to get them through the day, and those next round of
That's the
checks
thing.
start coming. They're like, we got to go get other jobs, and there is no terminal employees to fly any place. And once you stop that type of transportation, that's going to
Yeah.
affect commerce, and then you really hit the government in the head and force the issue right there. I hope it doesn't get to that.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see everybody continue to make money.
Yeah.
But the furlough and all this going on, it's awful for some people, and I'm sure all of us indirectly or maybe directly have been
Yeah.
hit by this.
Yeah,
It's
this
sad.
partial government shutdown, it's affecting 800,000 employees nationwide. I guess it's not enough because nothing has changed. I guess maybe we need to, obviously the laws aren't set up for this, but I think it'll be different if all the White House aides and White House officials and all of the people on Congress, if they weren't getting their paychecks, they may feel a little bit
Well, it gets
differently
hit
too.
more harder at the
and
top.
TSA, like you said, it's affecting millions of us around the country, not just the 800,000. So until more people are affected, do more people care?
Yeah, it's a great
Yeah,
point.
my hope is
Unfortunately.
just that with the TSA, like blasting these songs, that they come up with some synchronized dances too.
Yeah!
You know what? Take it to the next level.
Oh my gosh, a flash mob, everybody. That's what we need to plan. Doesn't that sound exciting?
That'd be weird if I was there on one of those 5 a.m. flights. Like,
You guys know
And
I
you're like,
like
"Oh, they're
musicals.
dancing
You know I like a musical.